Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, agents. Mounty Carl back with another Let's Talk for the Division, and today may be the most important Let's Talk that we've done so far. Basically, we're going to go over my reasons on why 1.2 could potentially resurrect the Division and bring new life into it. But before we get into that, I want you to take a look at this clip and listen to what these guys say. Note their names because it's going to be very important to what you see later in the video. So let's go ahead and get going.
Hold on, I'm on your side, guys. That's alright. I don't know why I went rogue. I've come round the corner and I went rogue. I didn't shoot anyone.
I'm ready to pick someone's side here, yo.
Alright, agent, so really quickly before we go over this, let me just tell you a little bit about the footage that you're going to see. It's basically, I found some rogues, and it's some rogue gameplay from today. So if you're watching this, this is all stuff that I did just this morning. I found some rogues, killed some rogues, and that. And another one is I'm going to give a shout out to my buddy HeavilyGamer, who's been with me. He was one of my first subscribers to this channel, so I want to give a big shout out to him. He has just reached over his first milestone, which is 1,000 views. So I'm going to put his channel down in the description. If you go visit his channel and check out his content, he is hilarious. I love listening to him and watching his content. He's absolutely hilarious. So if you enjoy that, go ahead and visit his channel. That would be awesome. So anyways, 1.2 is probably going to drop in less than 2 weeks now. I can probably guess it's going to drop right around the time Overwatch comes out, completely obliterating any interest people actually have in the Division, unless you're just, this is the game, you bought this game and your mom and dad or whoever said this is all you can buy, and so you're loyal to a fault. And if you are, Massive has done a pretty good job at driving you away from your loyalties, and well, hopefully you haven't traded this game into GameStop yet for $25. Hopefully they can bring you back and renew your loyalty in them. And really quickly, in my last video, someone left a comment on why I still make videos for this game. Well, I still enjoy playing it, and I have hope, and it's a small thread of hope, but hope nonetheless. And I'm hoping that this game will turn around in 1.2. If it doesn't, I'll still make videos. It'll just be a lot fewer videos and minimal content, because I'll probably be playing Overwatch and No Man's Sky over the course of the next few months. So, alright. So why 1.2? Well, let's start off with the most important reason, and that is loot. Massive has promised, and take these with a grain of salt, basically the biggest grain of bull salt that you can get, and they have promised to move forward with getting better loot from loot drops and moving away from craftable items. And so craftable items will still be there, but you're just going to rely on them less, which means that hopefully this game won't be a loot farm simulator anymore, and we'll focus on getting actual loot, usable loot, and more loot. And hopefully, I sincerely hope so. We can only see this by looking into the actions once the patch drops. And once the patch drops and we go into the DZ and we shoot things and loot drops and we can verify that, you know, Massive isn't full of crap, then we'll go ahead and, you know, sing the praises and that they've renewed the game and all that stuff. So this may even go so far as to deter people from lowering their score if the loot drops. People will want the higher loot, and the higher loot's not going to drop in the 161, it's not going to drop in the 160, it's going to drop in the 200 plus. So, you know, if the loot is there, people are going to fight for it and go up there, and so it's going to deter people from dropping their gamer score. And so, you know, it won't have the, you know, the lower levels just aren't going to have the uber loot is what I'm calling it. So they said for this, and I quote, "You will fight for supply drops," so I guarantee it. So what does that mean? Well, it means that while level 34 and the DZ5 and DZ6 will have uber loot, it could mean that the supply drops will have even better gear, possibly 240 gear. And that's something that they mentioned, that 240 gear is, you know, going to drop from the DZ. Now, 240 gear is still going to be the gear top score. So if you have 240 gear from the incursion, it might actually get better. There might be better perks, there might be better stuff on it, and it might stay the same. Who knows? Only time will tell. Now, with the 1.2 patch comes a massive amount of game balancing, and hopefully we'll start seeing some move toward more balanced areas of the game, like they mentioned with gear sets affecting only certain weapons. Like this, it gives people, a gear set to shoot for and takes the necessity off the SMG and the marksman rifles that everybody is using in the game. And I know I've seen a lot of people posting that they're moving towards a shotgun because the shotguns are cool. It's the in thing to do now because they don't want to be hipsters with the marksman rifle. It's BS. Stop trying to be a pretentious asshole and shoving shotguns down your throat. Nobody cares. Like, good for you. You're using a shotgun. Don't piss and moan when you get killed. So many of us will take up the new guns and try them out when we get a combination of the new gear sets. And I hope they fix the Nomad gear set, because it's still the biggest load of crap about scavenging, and it needs to be addressed as a high priority target. That's the first thing they should. They either need to remove it from the game or fix it or change the name of it, like Gear the Bullshit or something like that. They have said that balancing won't be perfect, but they will be looking into the numbers and the stats and seeing how they can make it better and balance it between the 1.2 patch and when the expansion drops. And in the middle of this, the 75% increase to armor mitigation that they're adding, I spoke on it a bit and how I was against it in my last video, and I'm still against it regardless of the new power weapons. People are just going to use this to go rogue, and griefers are just going to use it as a way to grief lower players without repercussions. It's just the way it is. So you can already see the difference between someone who's 60% gear score mitigation or weapon damage mitigation and somebody who's 65%. You die a lot faster, and there's no need for it. There's just no need unless the weapons are super high powered. But basically all you're saying is that you're increasing the armor mitigation to even out people who get these new weapons when it doesn't even need to be really addressed. Everybody's going to be on the same playing field no matter what. Now, let's talk about the incursion. So, not Falcon Lost, but the new incursion, the AKA working name, codename Broken Circle. Massive had, I think they heard and listened to the community about Falcon Lost. There's no way that they didn't. So I expect a much more fleshed out raid style incursion with multiple parts, and rather than a single room instance that you just blow up an APC and you're done. I've already heard new voice lines in the boo mentioning the Rikers, and that nobody knows what they're doing since LeRae Bennett was killed. So Massive, I talk to you right now. And this is for Massive, and if somebody from Massive can just pass this along to somebody upstairs, if you screw this up, people will leave, people will riot, and people will lose faith in this game. And any game you make in the future, like, your next game, For Honor. So if your plan is to do a Riker-themed Falcon Lost, stop now, flush it down the toilet, and start over. Announce to the community you are reworking and will be out during the first planned DLC timeframe. If you do this wrong, you will be sorry. Things will not go your way. I can guarantee there are groups of people who have been working in the salt mines, readying posts on Reddit and the Ubisoft forums for when you release the next incursion, and it's a turd. Because if everybody knows, a free turd versus a paid turd is still something people won't eat no matter how hungry someone is. You have the chance to undo all that is wrong here and right the ship, and now. All you have to do is not make a crappy incursion like Falcon Lost. Don't let us down, because what I'm about to speak on is going to help fuel the fire. So there are these, so those are the big things for the incursion. The awesome planned DLC Underground, which I'm excited about for personally, is going to bring new PvE content as well as new weapons like the M82 50 cal sniper rifle, the G36 assault rifle, and there have been a lot of good finds in the file dumps. People are fishing, and the facts they're adding 6 to 10 new weapons in each class along with several new missions. Makes me hopeful that between 1 and 2 in the first DLC they'll have figured out weapon balancing issues and other great features to help right the ship. They honestly have better or Massive. Talking to you again, Ubisoft isn't shy about shutting down their crappy studios that underperform. We've seen it all in the past. As a video game industry veteran, I can tell you, and I've worked for a lot of development studios that have gone under, the game is going to make or break you. They will shut you down and send this game to someone who can maintain it. Anybody can maintain it. And there's nothing that you can do to save yourself once you've already started down the pile of crap that you have started. Now you need to fix it, and if Ubisoft doesn't like what they see, they're going to shut you down. They don't care. All you're doing, if you're not generating money for them, you're taking money out of their pockets, and they don't like that. And if your game, Division, is going to take money out of their pockets by making it so nobody else in the world buys an Ubisoft game, you're going to be very sad when you get to work in the morning and the doors are locked and there's no paycheck for you, your chair's sitting outside, and your boss is sitting outside basically standing there going, all right, doors are shut, Ubisoft closed this down, go find a new job. I promise you, I don't make this stuff up. This is how this stuff happens. You come into work one day and you're done. That's it, because you did this. You did this to yourself. Whoever's there, whoever's the project manager, the CEO, you need to go talk to them. If you value your job, go talk to them and figure out what you can do to fix this pile of steaming crap that the community absolutely hates and loathes. Now, there are a few people out there that like it because they still hope that there is something coming down the road. And I definitely feel like there is something coming down the road. So let's go ahead and fix this. So that's really been my time, agents. I thank you for listening to this and kind of going over the 1.2. I know that I said at the very beginning that we'd go over the season pass stuff that was promised and basically all the lies, but let's go ahead and save that for another Let's Talk, because I really want to try and keep these shorter and shorter and kind of make it more focused and to the point. I know that I've been covering several topics in different areas, so I just want to go ahead and nail this topic and really get your feedback on it and really what you're looking forward to. So put that down in the comments, what you're looking forward to in the 1.2 patch, and tell me if you're going to come back or not. So if you're going to come back, that's great. If you're not, then give me a reason why, and basically vice versa. So please leave a like on this video. It helps us out. If you can pass this on to someone at Massive so that they can hear what I've told them, and hopefully they take those words to heart. And that's really, what we're trying to do is just make this game better. And that's why I still make videos, is because I'm hoping that someday that this game's going to get better and everybody's going to come back and we're going to be one big happy family again. So anyways, I've been Mounty Carl. This has been a Division video on Gun Brothers Gaming. Thank you very much for sticking it out to the end. Please subscribe if you enjoy our content, and we'll see you next time on The Division. Agent out.